Good afternoon, everybody. This is it. This is our last video post of this quarter for this class. Crazy to think that this is the end of the quarter. Guess, time does fly when you are having fun. Most of you know I work full time at Fairchild Air Force Base here at Washington in Spokane. What you may not know is that I am planning and commissioning once I earn my BA through the falls this spring. This will mean one of two things. Either I find a full time position here on Fairchild and continue on. I'm hoping to get a pilot position, fingers crossed. Or I go back to being your typical guardsman, where I work 2 days out of the month, which usually is one weekend out of the month, plus 15 days. This will also mean I need to go back to the civilian workforce throughout the month for my main job, as my main career, as a backup plan. If you don't know me, I like to have my plans. I like to have backup plans and have backup plans to those backup plans. So this is one of them. Why I did these interviews. I did interviews of two people based in career fields that I am interested in. So one is being a gym owner slash trainer and bakery slash coffee shop. This was originally my retirement plan, but we all know how life goes, especially nowadays. First interview was of a retired Spokane district superintendent who happened to have been a DECA teacher for many years prior to taking on the superintendent role. I met him through a a mutual coworker of mine while we were doing fire supports. This was his father. The second interview was of a commander, a boss, if you will, of a unit, more specifically security forces, which is basically the Air Force's police force. I would start as a lower ranking officer in the unit and make my way up the food chain again. But this would be my career as a guardsman. I've been in for about 14 years already. So this would be me going back up to finish off my 20-year career. I wanted to know how well I could integrate all of this information I had learned through my military career with the materials from this class where I could progress within my own means of communicating within this organization. So I incorporated all of this stuff, combined it, what I thought would work really well to do these interviews. We in the military typically interview people for promotion boards, at least within the Guard, trying to gather information about their leadership ideas and beliefs, and position and experience roles information out of the individual, usually for a promotion. Different ranks hold different responsibilities, so we're trying to figure out exactly what they think works or where are they within what they think they should be at. Information and also we're trying to get information in general about the person. In, in this case, information about the career fields. I was interested in security forces, steps about becoming an officer, and entrepreneurship, things that I need or good ideas about opening since it is COVID, since COVID is happening after all. In the interview with the retired school district superintendent, he was honest, never really beat around the bush. He gave me information as is. The thing that really caught me off guard was the percentage of business failures within the first 2 years. This was also pre-COVID. It made me a little nervous, but I did like how he reaffirmed an old advice I heard from someone else, that you should really start small, build your business as the demand grows, never really living outside your means. The commander let me know that sometimes you don't get to pick where you go or where you start as a ground officer. But the important thing that I took away from it is to take whatever you can, make the best of it, and eventually the opportunity will present itself. Then you can make that move towards your goal. One thing I've noticed with all of these interviews is with more practice, the easier it's getting to read. It gets about reading people. The difference between the first and the second interview seem to have been less rigid, less structured. Things seem to be more relaxed and more conversational with the commander. Maybe that was also due to the fact that I had a more rapport with her because, excuse me, because I work with her around the installation versus somebody I just had barely met, and there was really no communication or relationship built there. I also found out the more I was more engaged with the conversation, the more I seemed to ask deeper questions to find more details about the conversation. That's just how my mind wanders about things. I want to know the ins and outs of the subject, especially subjects I don't know very much about. But I also want to know what makes a person ticks. These interviews have opened my eyes to ask those type of questions from now on within my organization or promotion boards that I sit in. All in all, I learned a lot about professional communications. It has brought to light some things I need to work on, like my nonverbal, my verbal pauses, and practice. And the more practice you do, the better you become. Through these interviews, I have learned to be asking deeper questions about a subject, but also about the people that I am interviewing to get to know them better. It also told me that I need to strategically plan for my businesses that I want to open if I don't get this pilot position. To that, I bid you all farewell. It was an amazing quarter. It was amazing getting to know you all, hearing from all your experience. Loved our discussion boards and conversations. I'm gonna miss it. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Yule, Happy Holidays. May our paths cross again in the future classes or out and about. So don't be shy to say hello. I'll talk to you guys later.